Hello and welcome to Mom Babes, where
every mom is a babe.
And if you're like Christina, I don't feel like a babe because
I'm a man.
Then this channel is especially for you. Or
Or maybe not, because you're a man.
It's for your sister, your wife, your mom. I make videos for moms who are creatives, and if you're like, I'm not a creative, that's a lie, because raising a live human being is the most creative thing that there is. I would love it if you would subscribe to the channel, come hang out with me every Thursday, and if you ding the bell, you can get notified each time I release a video. Thank you, thank you, thank you. As you can tell today, we are, many of us, these are my siblings, they've been on the show before, I'll reintroduce them. This is my sister Olivia, sup, my brother Caleb, my other brother Josh, and we're just missing Katie. Katie, we love you. Mwah. So we are here currently. There's lots of ambient noise of water and birds and AC units going because we are in Branson on our family vacation. So, woohoo! They don't know we're doing it today, but we are going to do a challenge video. And the challenge is to try not to say like or as you are talking.
Bruh.
I noticed this because I started filming myself and I say like and all the time, and I'm curious how
you just
difficult.
did it.
So yeah, we're gonna alert each other when we say.
Is there a prize or a penalty?
Well, we can
Person
have a prize.
who loses or who
Has
says
to jump up the,
has to eat something the other people make for them.
Oh.
It depends on what it is, though.
Nope, that's the whole reason.
Mayonnaise.
So what I want to talk about while we're trying to maintain
Never
this
mind.
challenge is why we are here in the first place, which is.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah! I graduated college. Woo!
And so, tell us, Olivia, about your experience and how you feel being a new graduate.
I feel the same but different. It's weird because college was really fun and very growth oriented for me. I feel like me beginning of college, I said like thank it.
But that doesn't count because you're using it as part of your sentence. I feel like
Okay.
not as a filler.
Okay, so I feel like me starting off college, I was very different from where I am today. And there was
It's hard, right?
It's really hard because I'm taking time to think instead of just and I say instead of pausing. I would love. What am I saying? I'm grateful because the last little bit of college is really, really tough, but I'm going to be a nurse, so the transition is a little scary because I was a student and now I'm going to actually go and put what I've learned into practice and venture off. And it's exciting and it's new and it's a beautiful, bittersweet ending to one chapter and a start to another.
Caleb graduated 2 years ago.
3
years ago.
Yeah.
So tell us all that has happened since your venture into adulthood.
Well, okay, I graduated with my degree in accounting, and when I graduated I had a job with the company I was interning with, and things were not going smoothly for me there.
That's so funny.
They had claimed there would be a position that didn't end up materializing. So I moved on and started doing auditing, which for those of you who know accounting is very difficult. More job struggles. So I had to move to Texas. And now I work for an amazing company and
It's hard.
it's so hard.
It forces you to like think
You
more
have
about
to just know what you're saying.
The journey has been difficult, but so rewarding because I have finally found a job that not only do I really enjoy, but the work culture is really strong. It just goes to show that you can go through some really tough work scenarios. The transition was rough, but it has worked out really well.
You also have a family too.
Yeah,
since you
yeah,
graduated.
Yeah, I thought you were going to talk about that.
I got married. I catch it before you guys do. And then found out we were pregnant.
Caleb and I are 10 years apart and we're having kids at the same time, which we never thought would happen, but it's super fun to have cousins. So
I
Josh,
know.
your turn.
Oh.
You are looking forward to graduation in 3
Yes.
years. What are your thoughts as you're contemplating?
I'm excited. Hold on. I am excited to go through school to learn more about my subject and to kind of just gain more life experience about
What is your
Yeah, what's the subject?
Blah, blah, blah. My subject, I'm studying biomedical chemistry, so
Smarty pants.
no, I'm not. Learn more about how the world works.
You said how the world works, but continue.
It's hard about myself, what to do in certain situations, with certain experiences. Did I say that?
You did!
You say it really fast.
He goes,
I play violin in the orchestra, and that's being really successful right now. We're doing a lot of concerts, and we're getting really involved in the school. We actually played for my sister's graduation. We were on stage the entire time.
Which was so funny because it's the podium and
then
Josh is behind. So
I'm-
he is in everyone's graduation picture.
Everybody's photo, and the entire time, like Dr. William Wilson is just standing right in front of me. So even though like I'm not in, I said it.
and
the
he was
entire time.
really tired.
I almost fell asleep. I literally, okay, after we started playing our first song, I started yawning so hard, and I almost fell asleep. I was like, I started like doing the like head nod
I
thing.
was like,
I started like falling asleep.
I started
during my graduation!
during her
One of the
graduation.
pinnacle points in my life!
I've seen graduates fall asleep during their own graduation.
I'm not gonna
before.
lie.
it was 3
It
hours
was
long.
4 hours long. I was up there on stage for 4 hours just sitting there like,
Oh, that song you guys did with the choir,
it was really good.
the best performance from our college I've ever
Really?
seen. Yeah.
Good, because I only messed up once.
One thing I was sad about was no bagpipes this time.
Oh,
There
yeah,
were
they
no
normally
bagpipes.
go with-
Normally,
They didn't have any
Bagpipes.
bagpipes.
We don't have a bagpipe
Last
player.
last year the bagpipes squeaked a little bit.
Oh no.
is that why they retired the bagpipes? The graduation was in Tulsa and we got to stay at an Airbnb together and
Which
throw
was really
a party
nice.
for Olivia with all her friends. So we got to meet all her friends.
Eat, to like chit chat. And it was
To
the night
what?
to chit chat.
To like,
oh gosh. It was really sweet because graduation I got to sit, you could sit next to whoever you wanted because we had name cards for them to read. And so I got to sit with some of my friends that I was closest to freshman year, so it was kind of a full circle moment where I kind of finished with the people I started with, and that was really, really sweet to me. So
That is cool. Fun thing about the Airbnb is we all get to be together. All 5 of us grew up in the same home and now we are adults, obviously living our separate lives. Getting all 5 of us together is a special treat. Katie isn't here this week in Branson. We continued our journey, but she was there last week in Tulsa. I loved like staying up like oh, hi baby, there's a baby at the window. See?
Yeah,
Again,
yeah.
I do it. I'll say that. This all came about when I was editing myself one day, and I was like, Christina, if you say like one more time, I'm gonna
And
punch
you
a
were-
screen. Like, stop.
Like
Turn it-
stop. Like stop
Stop,
doing.
stop, stop, stop. Yeah, literally. Now I say so instead of like, or, I still have a filler. Some people think it sounds unnatural to talk like this, where you don't have any fillers, or you're thinking in
It
silence.
does
It doesn't sound as
unnatural.
conversational.
It does sound unnatural.
But, so I do it, but I say so while I'm thinking, which doesn't sound as much like, oh my gosh, like, which is what I felt like I sounded like.
I mean, those were both my new fillers, you know.
I do
Anyways,
use
too.
and as a filler a
And
lot.
I say, and yeah.
I'll go.
We all
say yeah.
Okay.
Always have fun though, playing games late at night and staying up talking. That was really fun.
Got no sleep.
Oh, you know what? We didn't get. It was a very rushed time, so now we're able to kind of decompress on this part of the trip. But yeah, there was. But yeah, redo of our
Is do what?
evil laughs.
Oh no, we're not doing that.
I'll do it.
This is what we do
I
at
honestly-
nighttime when we
We-
all get together.
And
Well,
she did it
you
first.
brought it up because you thought it was cringy.
Oh yeah.
And then,
I
of course
said,
we did it.
Oh,
Where
the
we
no
make funny
laughing
noises.
game.
Yeah.
Oh,
is
yeah.
where
Where
it
you're
came
trying not to
from.
laugh while we all take
It's-
turns making funny noises.
it started because I was talking about this cringy video that made me go, ooh, because it was a evil laugh competition. And I was cringing, but then we ended up doing it ourselves.
Roll up.
Oh, I think you're actually first in line, so.
Okay. See, and then it makes them laugh. It's so cringy.
It's so cringy, especially when you full send it. It's very like,
Yeah, when you put everything into it,
Yeah,
you're
then
oh,
like,
I just said like again.
oh.
I have to have my fingers like this for this one.
Well,
Silence is so terrible.
My husband is looking at us very concerned through the window, which is actually not that unusual. You sound like you're like throwing
You
up
sound
at
like
the
the
end.
boogeyman.
Joshua's makes me cringe so hard.
I know. It's
Joshua's makes everyone the most uncomfortable.
It's because I try to do like a mix between like Mad Hatter and like 3P.
And
No,
like
it's
what?
because you
And
shake like
what?
Jack Jack.
And like what?
Oh, no, I do
Between like a mix between like Mad Hatter and like.
I have a question for you guys. Do you think the like thing is because we grew up in California, or is it a millennial Gen Z thing?
Maybe a bit of both. Because
Do you hear your friends, since you live in other states that are your age, also saying a
I
lot
feel
of
like all my college friends who are from all over also use fillers. I
Yeah.
think maybe the fillers change. And I think depending from
Well,
person,
people
some
use
people,
fillers. All people use fillers.
but you think like specifically is
Yeah.
more?
I think it's a California thing. But then someone else was saying, no, it might be this generation.
Maybe. I can see that.
It could be a mixture of the both together. I've noticed that my friends from the Midwest, Bible Belt, and the East Coast, they all say like and too. But they're also all my age, pretty much. I almost said it again. I was more concerned about it when I was giving speeches in class, because then you would get docked down if you used it too much.
just write out a script and then try to like, mainly
And try to,
memorize.
Try to like.
Well,
Memorize.
it's funny because our parents' generation and then our grandparents' generations think it's extremely unprofessional to say like and
And for our generations, we feel it's
It's very
extremely
normal.
impersonable.
Yeah,
It's far too formal, and that
if you don't use some kind of
Will you
colloquialism.
please pass that, like, you know. Oh, I did it again. Well, I remember actually having this conversation with my friends freshman year, and we were talking about how I was frustrated with myself because I was like, look,
because you were what?
Because I noticed that every 2 words was like, right? He said, you sound more eloquent when you just take a pause. But people get awkward during silence, and that's why they feel the need to put a filler so that it's not as awkward. But honestly, if you were to just collect yourself and take time to pause and think before you spoke, you would sound more eloquent.
I think
For some
what's
people,
hard
it
about
feels
that.
More intelligent. That's interesting about the pausing and uncomfortable.
Especially
I wonder if
I
that's
think-
also our generation, the millennial Gen Z type thing.
I think, yeah, potentially. I think though, what's hard about that is when you pause to do that, you can get your mind off track of what you're trying to convey, and you're not focusing on the communication, you're focusing on how you're communicating, which is not the point of why you're talking.
Depending
You know?
on the circumstance, like if you are a professional reporter or something, then it's more of value, but then you'd have something scripted. So it's more improvisational, where I find myself using fillers, and you're saying the content is more pure. What you're trying to say is, that's a huge
Oh gosh.
The fillers actually create more of a pure and honest form of what you're trying to say, saying exactly what you mean, nothing more, nothing less, as opposed to focusing on the type of delivery and trying not to say a filler kind of corrupts the thought.
Yes, and I think as well, our generation picks up heavily on inauthenticity. So we can tell when someone is not being authentic or when something feels too scripted, and we appreciate more when people are being authentic.
This is a big conversation I had probably sophomore year. I was having this kind of a conversation, and I remember one of my friends, I was talking to them, and I said again. Anyway, anyways, we were having this conversation, and I was saying things, and it was kind of a conversation or a situation where it was fine to just be quiet, but I don't know, I kept saying things, and so eventually he was like, why do you feel the need to fill the silence? And I was just...
That's a rude thing to say.
It wasn't. To be fair.
Do you ever stop talking?
No. But it made me think about it.
He roasted
know?
you so hard.
Pretty much. But
You talk too much.
it made me think about it. For me, I don't want other people to feel uncomfortable talking to me.
I do
because
that too.
I want them
Yeah.
to feel as though I'm engaging with them, and I'm interested in knowing more about them, and not that I'm uncomfortable with the silence. Like when I'm with family or people who are really close to me, I feel totally fine sitting in complete silence, us doing our own thing. It's not uncomfortable for me.
Because you don't always need to be like talking, like we'll be in the same room, we don't need to talk to each other, just being around each other.
But
like, I feel
we
your
have
presence.
a relationship and an understanding.
Where we can do that sort of thing because we're so close.
You wouldn't have that with someone new that you're trying to put
To
at
engage
ease.
with, yeah. And then in that scenario, you would be trying to come up with sentences and stuff to say to them and other conversation topics.
Fill the silence to avoid the awkwardness.
Yeah.
Because it's a new relationship.
And you would be more prone to awkward silences, or at least on your end, end, feeling like it's awkward, even if it isn't. That's interesting.
Yeah.
I never thought about it like that.
Yeah, and I was just like, I want people to feel comfortable talking to me, and I want to seem bubbly and interactive, and
But also you were in
Like
RA, so that was kind of your job, was to go and...
Also, yeah, I think because I was in a position, I was a residential advisor, but I was in a position where I was talking.
Yeah, I did do that
people,
too.
so you
when
have
I
to
was
get
an RA.
used to...
You know, he was a head RA, you were a
I just
head
said
RA.
I've got to be an RA.
Do you find yourself in the elevator with someone up to your room and you're trying to just not stand there silently while
Yeah.
you're...
I mean, but that's also different because that's like a common courtesy, kindness, like.
But not anymore even.
Well,
I
some
feel
people
like-
are comfortable
I
sitting
feel
in
like only
silence.
old people try to talk to me in elevators.
But it's not even
That's
talking.
right.
It's, I think, an appropriate thing is
It's an
hi.
acknowledgement.
Yeah.
Hi,
Hi.
how's your
Yeah.
day going?
Instead of like walking in and totally ignoring someone, pretending they're not there. You don't have to talk about the weather or whatever. Just say, hey.
Or
But also, like,
what I
acknowledging that
do,
they
what I
exist.
do,
Yeah, it's
what
an
I do is
acknowledgement that
the
the person is there.
what I
I
do is
recognize
the
Yeah, you just do the head nod. But the thing is, you also have to look at like their body language. Like if they're on their phone, they're not interested in talking to you anyway. So then, like, do
Yeah.
you start be like, hey, like put your phone down? Like,
No,
kind of
because
thing?
then-
I
now
sometimes
that
will
makes
say,
it more awkward.
I sometimes,
Exactly.
if I'm walking and they're on their phone, I'll still say hello anyway.
Or you could just flash them a smile, and be like,
or
Yeah,
just casual
yeah.
like, hey, what's up?
Walk in. Thanks. You know,
then
and
leave the elevator, and be like, have a good day.
Unless
For guys, it's
they're
just
really
a,
like,
Yeah. no, it's,
then it's.
No.
okay.
if you know them, you go
them, it's
sup. If you don't know them, you're like,
You do this,
So
not
up
No,
down.
you,
You know
it's
them
not
down.
like a
Yeah.
down look, but
So
it's
like
like
if you
a.
make eye,
Imagine though,
if you
Olivia.
make eye contact with a dude in the street and you're just gonna sit, you just go. And if it's someone you know, you're like,
some dude.
Oh, if you don't know them, it's like a.
Can you imagine though, Olivia, like walking through an elevator with another lady and being like, you didn't know?
I would do that with my friends.
Someone you didn't know.
I didn't know. Yeah, I wouldn't do that. With my friends.
Like
So,
stranger.
I said like.
I wonder how many times we missed each other saying it.
A lot.
It just sounds
Probably.
I've been listening. I'm not calling it out every time because it's
Oh.
distracting. And so that's the thing I was thinking about too is I get annoyed when I'm editing listening to me say like,
But
but
do other people really care? that
does
much?
anyone care?
Maybe
Is
if it's excessive.
yeah, it
If
was.
it's like
I do
every
say
other word, like,
it's
like,
excessive.
And if you're doing something like this where the whole point is you're talking, then it's probably good to work on eliminating it, but
Maybe
does
not
it have
entirely.
to be perfect?
No.
I think, you know, whatever.
I think also like I think also that people appreciate seeing other people because what it is you're displaying to other people that you're thinking about something
Yeah.
and that you're
Not
processing
just
in your
giving
brain.
a rehearsed answer.
Exactly.
Okay.
And so I think other people understand that you are moving to your next thought, you're in transition.
Yeah,
And it's relatable.
And that is a relatable portion of it.
yeah.
It kind of shows you're human.
I am not human. You're
Yeah.
not an AI robot.
You didn't know.
I'm gonna
She's
take
gonna put it at
over
the end
the
of like
world.
This is what
I love this water. Hello? Hello? Well, that's about the amount of advancement we have with robotic technology.
the facial expressions.
It's so unnatural. It looks so programmed too. It's really funny. You did a really good impression of that. Do the smiling one again.
I don't even know how I did that.
It's like the mouth and the eyes don't match.
And that looks probably really creepy.
So like,
So like I'm totally yeah.
See, that's
so,
when it
you
gets
know,
annoying. I think that.
maybe the tone.
when they use too many together. You
when
think?
it's every other
Oh,
word.
it
like,
could
in, like,
also be like, in California, a huge thing that annoys a lot of people is the vocal fry, where they're like, oh my gosh, like, and they draw out the
Ew.
fillers,
Yeah.
That's gross.
and so a lot of people get annoyed with that too.
I don't think we were like. Well, that's a proper use. I don't think we were like that.
Oh, okay.
In the sense that we didn't speak
No.
like, oh my gosh, Becky.
But people say there's a California accent too. So I'm,
People have told me that, and I think
There's
They're
no
wrong.
difference between my accent and the people that I know from Dallas, and the
Just
people that
sound
I know from
American.
Houston, the people that I know from Ohio.
I have had
Unless they have an accent that is
distinct.
distinct from just normal speech
American.
patterns.
Thank you guys so much for joining us today and for doing our little like challenge and just kind of talking about it. You could try this in your life and see if you also say like in crazy, you'll start noticing. It's kind of annoying that you start noticing. But if no one has told you yet today, you are doing a good job. Thank you guys so much, and I will catch you next time on Mom Babes. Bye! What is the water? Oh my god.
You should cut it right as she hits it. I just go.
Did you see what I just did? You grabbed it, and I thought you were gonna put it on me, and I went. Like, how would I pour it on?
Are you recording?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
If no one has told you yet today,
You are doing
a
a
good,
wonderful.
Great or good?
Good job.
You are doing
Good or
good.
great?
Good.
You are doing
Oh.
good.
They're not doing great.
You're just doing good.
Only good today. You do better tomorrow.
You are doing good.
That's thank you.
No, thank you. Good. Bad.
Hero. Dad. This is Dad.
Mom. Mom, dad.
Boy.
Boy.
What is boy?
Bad
Boy.
boy.
Like a baseball cap.
That makes
Boy.
it. You're a bad boy. That's what that sounds like. That doesn't. You say that to someone who speaks in ASL, they're probably gonna be
They're gonna
like,
be like, this is all wrong, right?
you're not even doing it right.
It's not proper.
Time out.
Oh.
I'm gonna start now.
Okay.
Okay.
What's
No, you gotta
next?
go, okay.
That was really aggressive.
Does it jump off the balcony?
No.
No.
You guys should cut that.
No.
I guess I do.
And
But yeah.
No, who's the guy?
you know where it comes from though? The Phantom Menace.
Oh, I was gonna say you sound like no Jabba the Hutt. What's
No.
his name?
I forget his name, but
Gunga?
he's a Gungan.
A Gungan. Gunga.
You guys are supposed to do robot
Oh.
moves with this.
You can cut that part.
It's gonna be like the last scene, like.
That's so funny.
I'm just gonna start doing that instead.
Then you'll get into practice, and then you'll be talking with someone, and then all of a sudden you'll just